Without a doubt, Shibarium is the project that the Shiba Inu community looks forward to the most, and interest in the Layer 2 platform is still high as the year draws to a close. Throughout the year, the development team has released updates on the platform's development. But because Shibarium hasn't yet been released, they have all come to a disappointing conclusion. However, it appears that the Shiba Inu communities will be pleased with the update that we have at last received. Keep watching this video to learn more about getting started. If you've been around the Shiba Inu community for a while, you're probably aware that the beta testing for Shibarium was supposed to start in the third quarter of 2023. However, given that it is the end of the year and Shibarium has still not begun beta testing, it is plausible to assume that the development team was unable to do what it had promised in respect to Shibarium. The lack of updates in this area has particularly irritated the Shiba Inu community. The community has been forced to find hints, but so far they have proven unsatisfactory. But if Bone Cheapest had looked through his own Twitter feed, he might have discovered an intriguing tidbit. According to Bone Shibaswap, there is now a website called Shibari, a memecoin. And when you visit it, it will link you to the Shib exchange website. This indicates that everything is getting ready for the Shibarium launch. That seems intriguing, but you might also want to take into account the possibility that a fan constructed a Shiba Inu support or that someone opted to buy the domain name Shibarium and divert traffic to the Shibaswap website. This is particularly likely given that the dev team has made no mention of Shibarium's kin. Come website. What do you think though? We may celebrate Shiba Inu's accomplishments as the year comes to a close, while we wait for the arrival of Shibarium, regardless of whether this is a genuine indication or not. For starters, the proportion of long-term Shiba Inu owners has grown again. Just recently, we discussed how the number of Shiba Inu owners had risen to 50, and now, a few weeks later, that proportion has grown to 60. This indicates that the majority of SHIB holders are in it for the long haul. They have diamond hands. Therefore, the fact that the overall crypto market is not functioning as it ought to has no bearing on their decision to keep. Not only that, only 4s of SHIB holders as of right now have only held for a few days. Therefore, it is safe to conclude that Shiba Inu have nearly entirely removed themselves of their paper hands. This should have the effect of keeping Shiba Inu's pricing stable. Paper hands are thought to hastily withdraw their money at the first hint of trouble because of this. Their presence in a market could endanger the value of an asset. SHIB currently having fewer paper hands means that its price may increase on its own. At least in theory, this is possible. To find out how things truly turn out, we'll have to wait. Shiba Inu's fascination to whales is another outstanding accomplishment as the year comes to a conclusion. However, before we do that, every day this channel gives free 100,000 SHIB. To be eligible to take part in the giveaway, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Shabana good fortune. We recently discussed how it appeared that whales were losing interest in Shiba. Inu SHIB was always a favorite among whales, but for whatever reason, they temporarily began to sell off. Fortunately, it appears as though SHIB is back in the good graces of the greatest whales, as they have started resuming their enormous token purchases, according to the AI technology used by Whale State to monitor the movements of the biggest cryptocurrency whales. It was recently reported that SHIB was among the top 10 tokens that the top 100 dead whales had purchased in the previous day. It was also among the top 10 most popular tokens purchased over the previous 2 years among the top 2,000 dead whales. And these purchases were made whether or not the price of SHIB was the best, if that makes sense. Do you suppose we'll witness SHIB pump wildly as the new year begins? Speaking about prices, well, it appears that it might because analysts are projecting a rise in Bitcoin's price. You presumably already know why Bitcoin was just mentioned. So let's move on before we discuss that. For those who don't know, SHIB and the rest of the crypto market are typically impacted by Bitcoin's activity. Therefore, if Bitcoin increases in value, other cryptos usually do likewise. After that is out of the way, analysts predict that, like gold in the 1970s, the price of Bitcoin may soar in 2024 and become the most valuable asset in the world. In essence, they're predicting great things for Bitcoin in the years to come based on past financial market events, namely the dollars anchoring from gold in 1971. Because gold was far less plentiful in the 1970s, a research and trading company by the name of Cabriole Investments made this exact prediction. And whereas Bitcoin was once able to make significant gains despite a decade of high inflation and interest rates, it is now significantly smaller in contrast. That is one of the reasons we think Bitcoin will perform similarly and even better this decade. They also brought up the argument between using gold or Bitcoin as an inflation hedge. One of the reasons why many prefer gold as an inflation hedge over Bitcoin is that Bitcoin is just 2.5 of the market capitalization of gold. Nevertheless, Caprio thinks that this distinction is one of the factors supporting their belief that Bitcoin is poised for a pump. It appears that there is a lot of room for Bitcoin's price to continue rising. Knowing all of this and how Bitcoin's actions affect the rest of the cryptocurrency market makes it reasonable to anticipate that the price of Shib will increase over the next few years. Further, the market capitalization of Shib is even lower than that of Bitcoin. Furthermore, if we use the logic of copper yields, the price of Shib has even more opportunity for increase, which may begin in 2023. However, just leave a remark and let us know what you think. Finally, let's take a brief glance at the overall crypto market. One of the biggest blows to the cryptocurrency industry this year was the demise of FTX. This was so because it compelled one centralized exchange to declare its reserves in order to let clients know that it had enough assets to survive a large withdrawal. Additionally, a lot of cryptocurrency owners moved their money from centralized exchanges to decentralized exchanges. But Toby's major point is that the FTX crash brought to light several problems with centralized exchanges in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. As stated by Cointelegraph, they present straightforward yet extensive issues. They deceive informed and skeptic investors into believing they are secure, as long as there is a bull market, whether it is natural or artificial. There are much fewer reports regarding faltering balance sheets and dubious origins that need to be released. The disadvantage of complacency arises precisely when this is not the case. Apparently, if FTX hadn't failed at the time that it did, these problems wouldn't have become all that obvious. And currently, a lot of cryptocurrency owners are choosing to transfer their cash from centralized exchanges to decentralized exchanges or employ self-custody wallet. Self-custody wallets have additional problems of their own, particularly in terms of security. Self-custody wallets are the best choice. Nevertheless, according to some investors who are worried about another centralized exchange failing, is 2023 going to be the last year for central wallets? Are you too thinking about removing your tokens from a central wallet? Please let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. This brings us to the conclusion of the video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to leave a comment below. I find that the YouTube algorithm is greatly aided by this. Also, if you can, spread the word about this video as widely as you can. Let's spread the word about this. Merry Christmas.